Hey guys, I had someone write in a question today, and it basically went something like they had a spell cast on them, and that led to them buying witchcraft stuff, and before they knew it, they were having this spontaneous awakening, and energy was shooting into their brain, and they were feeling lots of heat in their body, and they've been to the doctor, the classical trail of trying to figure out what the hell's going on with us when we have a Kundalini awakening, right? The CT scans, the MRIs. They've been through it. And their essential questions to me were, am I ever going to regain my mental clarity? And I think something about memory, will it come back? They're starting college or their second year of college. Something like that. And I'm only laughing because it's such a familiar story, and I hope my laughter can bring you assurance that everything's okay, because I know it can be scary when you're first going through it. I'm kind of remembering back, and it was absolutely terrifying. I remember going into the doctor's office, and I mean, it feels like my head's been microwaved. Like, what the fuck is going on? And he was like, I don't know, I don't know what to do. Everything's checking out good. Here's some anti-anxiety pills, and that was pretty much all. And I went home, and my poor daddy just wanted to help me so bad. And I was like, I just want a milkshake. Give me a vanilla milkshake. He went and got me this big, delicious vanilla milkshake. That actually did help a little because it was grounding. But yeah, all jokes aside, you're in the Kundalini realm now. You're in a different realm. Your life is gonna have a different movement to it. Your mind space is not gonna be how it was or even how it is right now. You're switching over to more of this mind that's just one with the field of all there is. This mind that's not in separation, this mind that's not holding on to concepts and information, that's not holding on to memories. It can be stressful. It can be exhausting to hold on to so much in the psyche, to hold on to so much up here in the mental plane. To live in such a small container, in a sense. Before Kundalini, we're living in this small container where memory is super important to us. Our intellect is who we are, and that's how we get approval, and that's how we show others we're smart, and we're intelligent, and we're worthy, We work so hard on developing these intellects. I know for me, in my 20s, I basically rented out every room in this house I owned so that, all that rent money could pay my mortgage, so I could just sit at home and read Dostoevsky all day, and psychology, and just literally all the classics, because I had this sensational desire for knowledge. I just wanted to know. I wanted to know everything. And that was perfect for that time of my life. That was where my seeking energy was going. But that path, that way, it comes to an end. Sometimes very abruptly, with like a Kundalini awakening. And that desire for knowledge, it falls away. The desire for a good memory, it's not even relevant anymore. It's not even something why would I need what do I need the memory for? What do I need the intellect for? Now that being said, sometimes my recall is astonishing. Like the memories in such vivid detail when it's needed. And sometimes something comes into my field that I'm like, oh my God, how did I know that? Sometimes things come into my field in my mental plane that is new information for me. But it's only when it's needed. It's like you get to this point where you don't even want to know anything anymore. You're so happy not knowing. You're so happy not remembering. You're so happy to just be here and present in the now moment. And to put your mind at ease when you're that present, when you're here, when you're in the now so fully, everything is kind of revealed to you in a sense. You have like these insights from the heavens just pop into your field out of nowhere. These geometrical like kind of scenes and knowings just like are given to you. And they're given to you in a sense just to let you know like you're safe. To let you know that you're part of something so much bigger, that you are this intelligence of life is working through you in every moment. The whole intellect and the mind thing and the memory, it's just such a separate kind of entity. It's a whole construct. It's a construct that we try to sharpen and make perfect and get better. We try to become something we get identified with the construct, and we want to become something through the construct, and we want to show off. Look at this construct I've created. I'm the smart one. I'm so psychologically sound, or I'm so wise or whatever. But in the end, it's just a construct, and it's so limited. It's so limited. Your knowledge from that place, no matter how many books you read, no matter how much you know, it's so infinitesimal. It's just so small compared to the vastness of the mental plane that you start waking up to with Kundalini. Like the vastness of right now, the vastness of the field that you start connecting to and becoming one with, which you've always been one with. But that recognition and that knowing and that experience just becomes more ever present. And so the construct of who you thought you were with the memories and the great intellect and whatever, or the great memory or whatever, or the mental capacities, that construct falls. And that's scary because it can be so disorienting. We can feel so fragmented. It's disintegrating, right? We're not yet landed in the place of like connecting to the field of all there is. We're not landed in beingness yet. We're not landed in feeling safe being completely empty and not knowing anything. We're not stable there yet. So it's fucking terrifying when, oh my God, that construct that I relied on that made me feel safe in this world, it's just disintegrating. The Kundalini is taking that. And we can ask questions like, what am I supposed to do? Am I going to be able to even function in this world? How am I going to survive? And it's like you don't know the great relief that's on its way for you. You don't know like how you're going to be able to just be one with a tree and be content, and you're not going to need to know anything about anything, and yet you'll know everything. It's like it's the biggest conundrum and paradox ever for the psychological construct. It's like I don't know anything yet, and any given moment I can just know all there is. But it needs to be in somewhat it needs to be relevant for the moment, right? In every given moment, I know everything I need to know. Not a drop more, not a drop less. And it's just this trust you build with this moment, with life, that I'm gonna know what I need to know when I need to know it. And I'm just going to, and you live a more intuitive life, and it's more this thing of like, and I'm just going to trust my intuition and act on that knowing and act on that inner felt sense, wisdom, you could say. Your life becomes more of a felt sense type of intelligence rather than just going to the thought plane for everything. And thoughts and wisdom will drop in the form of thoughts, or mostly it's just more this scene. Like it's not such these separate little abstract thoughts of like or something. It's not like a program anymore, like the computer program that's so limited, right? It's more like you're just able to see things. You just see like everything through your third eye, through your mental plane. It gets really spacious. There's not like thinking going on. I mean, there can be thinking, but it's not that interesting usually. It's not thinking to get somewhere. It's like more or less the more you open to this oneness, this spaciousness in your mind, and the Kundalini's doing this for you, the more you open to it, and you're just here now, not knowing not knowing anything, but knowing everything. Thinking gets exhausting. thinkingness is just boring. The intellect is boring. It's boring. It's like you read a newspaper and it's just kind of hilarious. Like, or you'll take in information about current events and you're just like, it's just heavy. It's just like, oh, this is excess. I don't need any of this. You know, and maybe you read a few pages of a book every now and then and you're like, oh, okay. I don't know. And there's nothing wrong with going to YouTube and getting useful information. Like, maybe you have something going on with your car. Or, yeah, go to YouTube. And that's the thing. It's just the mind space becomes a space. It's like a tool now. It's not something that's using you anymore, that you're trying to get somewhere with or prove something with or become something more with. I'm going to have a great intellect and people are going to bow before my presence. You know, I used to have these fantasies, I think. No, that space now just becomes a tool for your existence. But more and more, you're just relying on the field, the presence of God, the presence of truth to guide your actions, to give you the information when you need it. If you're meant to study and pass a test, you'll be able to do it. The Kundalini will just do it for you. Watch, notice. If you're not meant to, no matter how hard you try, you're just not meant to do it. And that's one of the big things about Kundalini, is having to surrender how we think things should go. So if you're meant to go to school and get this degree, don't worry about it. The field will handle it for you. The field will get it done for you. You just get to rest. And maybe the field will tell you to study and whatever, you know, like things work how they work. But if I can assure you, if you're not meant to get this degree, it's nothing to worry about. The field will also take care of the rest for you in that case too. And she, meaning the Divine Mother, and that's another kind of word for the field, God, whatever, the universe, she will guide you to what's more aligned for you if it's not the school you're going to now. And you just trust her. And it's just one breadcrumb at a time. And you don't need to know anything more than the next breadcrumb. That's it. And just really finding that freedom there and how nice that is. What a relief. I don't have to know everything about my life 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road, 5 minutes down the road. It's like, you just get to be here now. And the more you're here now, the more you'll connect with the spaciousness on the mental plane. And the more you'll have a mind that is beyond anything you ever dreamed of possible. But the one who wanted that kind of mind as something to prove to others is dissolved. So it's not that part of you that wanted the super mind or whatever, the super consciousness that was trying to get it through books and knowledge. That part of you will be long gone as this kind of more upgraded mental space comes online. There won't be, that part of you just won't be here anymore. The Kundalini disintegrates and dissolves those aspects of us because they're not rooted in truth. They're not the true you. They're just conditioning. It's just programming. It's just programming that's afraid right now. Programming that knows it's on the way out, that it's no longer has the steering wheel, you know, that it's not in control anymore. Dog is losing its mind with that stick. Speaking of losing its mind. Yeah, you lose your mind, but a greater mind comes online. You could say a mind. It doesn't even feel like a mind. It just feels like we can call it a mind. We can call it a super conscious mind, whatever. But you can see my hands. It just feels like a vastness, an openness. It's more, you're not searching, you're not seeking for the knowledge and information anymore. You're just more open and you're willing to receive what you need to receive in any given moment. And you just have this willingness to let that information drop in. Hey, can you stop that? Come here, stop that, thank you. Dog's distracting me today. Yeah, so I hope that video kind of brings you some relief. The thing is, there's that transition phase. That's the last thing I wanted to say. Going from really relying on the psychological construct and seeking and really wanting to find knowledge in books and the external and stuff. There's that transition phase that you go through before you're really comfortable in the phase of not knowing anything and just being open and merged with the field of you know, the field of from where all information comes from where all wisdom and insight comes from, right? It's like for a while you're not you're not comfortable there. You're not comfortable not going to your thoughts for safety or something, right? And so that transition phase can be really difficult. It can be scary. And during this phase, it's just crucial to find videos like this from people who have gone through it to give you reassurance. It's just like self-care is really big. Like what helps your body feel safe. This dog is insane. And just like connecting with good teachers that are rooted in true nature, because that's where the Kundalini is taking you. It's taking you away from your conditioned way of living, and it's taking you to a way where you're living more merged with true nature, more merged with truth, with God. And so really making that what your life is all about is going to help you. Instead of making what your life is all about having like a strong mind and great memory and a powerful intellect, making your life about God or service, or making your life about allowing the Kundalini to live through you as you. This is going to greatly assist you in your transition phase from, living through your conditioning and thinking your mind and your thoughts, to living more this experience where you're just one with all that is, where your field is connected to the greater field of oneness. Like, that's the thing, is you're just going to start eventually experiencing yourself as an energy field more than you experience yourself as a mind or as a thought. And when you finally get rooted there, it's actually, you feel safer than you ever have. You feel more just kind of at ease. Stress is something that no longer has any interest for you. You feel more at peace than ever. So many good things are happening for you, but for a while it's just downright scary, and because you don't know, because you thought you were your mind, and now you're waking up to that you're more than your mind, you're more than your body, and it's just like a mind fuck for a while, and it's just a ride. But while you're on the ride, because it's just a ride, it's just scary, right? While you're on the ride, finding those who are kind of either going on the ride with you or who have been on the ride for a long time, and it's no longer really, it's still a ride to me. It's just different. I mean, I still have my bumps I still can have scary moments here and there, of course. We all go through evolution. We're always sort of at our edge in a sense. That's what this realm's all about. We're always going to kind of have a struggle or something we're overcoming, no matter what level of the video game we're at, right? So finding others who are at kind of the same level of the video game, just to use this analogy, can be helpful, because it's like, fuck, this is scary. I know I'm scared too. That can help. That helps. I get in chills. But then finding others who are like, 20 levels ahead or something, that can also be amazing too, because you can kind of orient to their energy, orient to how good they feel in their body and their consciousness, and something in you notices like, oh yeah, I'm okay. I'm safe. I'm on the same journey that they've been on. And I'll still look for people 20 levels beyond where I am, because that helps me. And so we're all still doing that, right? We're all connecting with those who are on the journey with us, and looking to people who kind of further along. And that's how we help each other. That's the beautiful thing about, we're all interconnected. Like I said, it's one big field, right? And so all of our energies are connected, it's a collective consciousness. And so, yeah, whatever you can take from me, other teachers, other YouTube videos, that's going to help you too. But the best thing I can say to you to end this is, you're the Kundalini's now. Just trust her. She knows what she's doing. The Kundalini is another word for Kundalini, is the intelligence of life. So the intelligence of life knows what it's doing through you. You can trust this intelligence. You are this intelligence, which is something you'll come to know in your bones over time. And to just give your life to this intelligence and enjoy the ride as much as you can, and that you are loved and that you are safe. Okay? All right, guys, that's the video. Thanks for watching. Donation links in the description and in the comment section below. Sending you all so much love. Thanks for being here. Namaste.